How's life back in the bubble? Only for a few days, hopefully.
Yeah, haven't really made too much of a difference the last few days, but yeah, it's interesting. We'll see what the next few days brings. But we're pretty lucky here with the setup of the layout of the ground. We're okay. Yeah.
I know obviously when you last year, but there was certainly anxiety from a lot of players about sort of being stuck in the bubble. You would have experienced that in Canterbury, especially those fringe guys. Have you felt that at all this week, or is it not so bad because it's only a short stint this time?
Yeah, we haven't felt that this time around. To be fair, and last year, when we went through it, it was I thought, they handled it. Well, they handled it well out at Penrith, but I'm not sure how it was here. But we'll be okay. As I said, the facility sort of suits having it under control, so we'll be right.
And from what I understand, it's just a case of COVID tested tomorrow, then hopefully back to as normal as it can be.
Yeah, we think so. So we'll get tested after captain's run tomorrow to make sure everyone's okay, and then hopefully back to normal.
So a pretty big change this week, swapping around Nick and Corey. What are you sort of looking for with that switch?
Yeah, probably more in and around what Nick brought to us. I thought at the back end of that game the other day, I thought he's a good talker, Nick Meaney. Corey, has got a couple of things that I want him to work on. That I wanted him to work on, particularly defensively and off the ball. But I just think for our balance, our attack hasn't been functioning. This all year really, we had some patches there at certain times against Newcastle, but definitely the last 2 weeks, I just think we needed to mix things up a little bit, and that's the reason for that.
Is that the same thinking behind Jake dropping out and Lachie Lewis coming in at 6?
Jake's got a crook ankle, mate, so he won't play. But I think Lachie Lewis can do a job for us there, particularly with his kicking. We've struggled a little bit in that department, and a fair bit of pressure being on Kyle. So Lachlan's got a big left foot, so hopefully he can do a job for us. He deserves his spot too, Lachie. He's done really well back there at Mounties. He won their Players Player last week, so it's an opportunity for him to get his first crack at the NRL this year.
It's a big opportunity in the sense that he's a guy's off contract for them this year. Whether just try and put himself out there. Whether it's here, obviously you've got Matty coming, so it might be difficult for him here. But obviously somewhere trying to push for a contract.
Yeah, definitely. and to his credit, and a lot of the guys that have been back there at Mounties have done a really good job, and his attitude's been really good, Lachie. So, he's excited to get his chance, and it is a big opportunity for him.
Those last two defeats, Trent, it's pretty bruising on paper. What are the positives that you're taking from them?
Positives, yeah. Look, there's some things in the game that we actually are improving, and probably the scoreboard doesn't reflect it. Disappointed with the late tries that we're letting in, where you get the blowout score. The 2 late tries on the weekend against Brisbane in the last 10 minutes, and then the 2 late tries against Penrith in the last 10 minutes. So you take them out, we're competing, but there's things in there that we still need to fix. And I said last week that, competing and showing character alone doesn't win you games in the NRL, and that's been the case. And we certainly know where we're at and what we need to fix, but we need to see some results this weekend.
Did you sort of think that you might be a bit further down the line than what you showed in the first 3 weeks as a team? Like from what you saw since getting here for the pre-season, you thought the team might be a bit better and a bit further down the line in terms of building squad?
Yeah, look, I think certainly after round 1 at Newcastle, I thought we were in a position to win that game. Certainly in a position to win the one at Brisbane as well, and created some opportunities. Left that first try out there with Kyle. We probably left 4 out there in the second half had we come up with the right pass and executed properly. So, in terms of the cohesion of the team, it's been fairly unsettled. And we're missing. We could only pick 20 blokes this week out of the whole squad, so 21. That's all we had. So, look, there is some challenges there, no doubt, but we still need to be applying ourselves better, particularly in certain areas. And it seems to be one thing one week and one thing the other week. So we just got to bring it all together.
I feel like we're time media and making a lot out, scrutiny on the younger guys like Cole and all. Do you sort of want a bit more from your senior guys like? So Josh isn't there that this week, but just you guys have been here for a long time.
Yeah, look, we need a lot from everybody, and that's where we are at the moment. We have got a really young team, and certainly no denying that. But in terms of I think if you go back and look at Josh Jackson's performance, he's probably been our best player. Last week, I think he made 64 tackles, no misses, and was up the top of every stat that we do. So look, he's doing a really good job as a captain. It's tough on all the players at the moment. They'd like to be winning, but it doesn't get any easier this week with South. So we're going to have to play well. But it's going to take, 17 of us to play well to beat them.
And just on Jake, is it only 1 week or sorry, no example? Is it?
Jake Averillo, yeah, at this stage, yeah. So it looks like it'll be 1 or 2 weeks, and we're only another week. We get back Dallin. We'll get back Luke Thompson. He'll make a big difference. We'll get back Jacko. Ockenbor's a fair while away. Crichton's out for the year. So look, there's a few there, but getting those 3 senior blokes back would be good.
You touched on the pressure that's been on Kyle at the start of the season, just in your performances. How's he handling that so far?
Yeah, look, he's all right. I think it's a different set of circumstances to where he's come from. He's wasn't the I guess there was a lot of senior players and internationals there to share the workload. So whenever you wear the number 7 in any team, with that comes scrutiny and comes a little bit of pressure. So that's something that Kyle's going to have to learn to deal with over the next decade of his football career. It comes with the territory, but certainly I think we can help him. And I think you saw there he was probably our best player against Newcastle in round 1 when we did get a little bit of ball and we got an even share of possession and did get some good balls. So look, it'll come together. Certainly not happy with where we are at the moment, but we just got to keep working hard.
That's just on man stuff. The soccer up in Mineral yesterday, and the fact that you've got 3 HIAs to activate that ANF man. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, it's a hard one. I know. That there will be some teams that probably try and exploit it. I'm not too sure, but I'm glad they're looking to do something, because it is. You've seen the carnage last week, and you look at Cronulla and Canberra. I think we're pretty well hard done by with a lot of theirs, but we'll see how it goes this week.
The fact that it's going to be 3 HIAs, do you think that will stop teams exploiting? Like, imagine if it was 1 or a couple of injuries, but 3 HIAs, is that maybe a smart move in that sense, that's not exploited?
Yeah, possibly. But you never know. You get one out of the box like last week too. So we'll see how it goes this week.
Just finally, Trent, in terms of those defeats and the injuries and suspensions you've had, what's the morale been like amongst the players this week? Have you noticed a drop in them, a drop in belief or anything like that going into what is going to be another tough game against the Bulldogs?
Oh, look, I think they were disappointed. We've only had a short turnaround, so probably the best thing is that we go out and play, and we just need to play well. Regardless of the result will take care of itself. But there's some things in our game that we need to fix. I can't fault their attitude at training. They're disappointed, obviously, and they're only young, and a lot of them are still dealing with or trying to learn how to deal with this situation. So, it's all new to a few of them, but. We all go through it as players and coaches, and we just got to knuckle down, stick together, and keep working hard.
You mentioned those things you want to fix. Can you expand on those slightly, just in terms of the key aspects that you feel?
Mainly was that we need to attack better to take some pressure off our defence. And we're not building any pressure on any teams at the moment. Not getting a lot of repeat sets and not being able to apply enough pressure by scoring any points. It wears you down at the back end of games when you're defending for long periods, and that's been happening to us. We've probably been, around the 42% possession mark nearly every week that we've played. That adds up, and that takes its toll. And, I'm pretty confident we can fix a few things, and they're subtle things too. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, but we all need to be accountable for how we play as individuals as well, and how we coach and how we're preparing the team. So we're all in it together, and we've just got to keep going.
A lot of the talk about South is about their left edge, obviously Cody and Latrell, but their forwards against East were fantastic. How do you think about some of those big boys in the middle, like Totola, Burgess, Diana, the bench as well?
Yeah, got a big job. Your battles always run through that middle third of the field, but their left edge is pretty potent. You get Latrell down there and Cody. So we've got a big job to do. But as you say, we've got to stop their middles. Cook's a handful, and they got a big forward pack. So. But I think we'll be okay. We've just got to worry about our own backyard and make sure that we're hanging on to the ball and doing the basic things in the game well to give ourselves a chance at the back end.
Okay, thanks guys.
Cool.